Let me share a story about embracing change that transformed not just my work, but my entire perspective on life. I remember sitting in my workshop, the smell of coal and smoke filling the air, my hands covered in soot. I had it all figured out, or so I thought. My dream was simple: become a traditional blacksmith, craft beautiful pieces, and make a living doing what I loved. The rhythmic sound of my hammer striking the anvil was my daily meditation and a clear path ahead. But life has a way of challenging your careful laid plans. The harsh reality began to surface as I poured my heart into my creating pieces. The market was flooded with mass-produced items, and my traditional approach, while authentic, wasn't reaching people the way I had hoped. Each day I found myself struggling with a growing sense of uncertainty. The very foundation of my dream seemed to be crumbling beneath my feet. One day, while working on a particularly challenging piece, a thought hit me as clearly as my hammer hit the glowing metal. What if I limiting myself? The real transformation began when I stopped seeing myself solely as a craftsman and started recognizing the deeper purpose of my work. I always felt it, but I didn't let others know. It wasn't just about shaping metal. It was about shaping stories, experiences, and connection, shaping a life. I began experimenting with teaching others, sharing not just techniques, but the philosophy behind the craft. To my surprise, people weren't just interested in the final product. They were drawn to the journey, the process, the meaning behind each hammer blow. The workshop became more than a place of production. It transformed into a space where stories were forged alongside metal. Today my work has evolved into something I never imagined when I first lit that forge. While my hands still shape metals, my purpose has expanded far beyond traditional blacksmithing. I have learned that true craftsmanship isn't about resisting change. It's about being like the metal we work with, adaptable, transformable, yet maintaining its essential strength. Looking back, I realized that Marcus Aurelius was right. The universe truly does love change. Every time I thought I was losing something by adapting, I was gaining something far more valuable. The very resistance I felt toward change was resistance to growth, to becoming more than I had initially imagined. When you find yourself gripping tightly to your plans, remember that sometimes the most beautiful creation comes from allowing yourself to be reshaped by circumstances. The core of who you are doesn't change. It simply becomes refined, like metal in the forge, emerging stronger and more purposeful than before. The greatest lesson I have learned is that our initial vision often serves merely as a starting point. The real magic happens when we dare to let that vision evolve, embrace the unexpected turns, and recognize that every change is an opportunity to create something even more meaningful than we first imagined.